Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bienvenue in Binic.
Thank you. Merci. Merci.
Not your first time in Binic, right?
Not a first time, but very, very happy to be back. Yeah, it's our second time.
Second time. What happened for the band in between those two times?
Lots and nothing, I think. We are always working on music. We're lucky enough to tour in Europe every year. So we've done one tour since the last Binic, and things continue to slowly grow for us, I think. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself being having some influences in the Australian music in general? Did you grab anything from the Australian scene from before?
I mean, probably because there's so much there, and we listen to so much that, of course, it would have rubbed off. But when we started this band, it was because we wanted to play like really heavy music, and I think we didn't take too much from any individual bands. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe our music, some of it is really punky and some of it is a bit different, and so it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly where it came from, and maybe a little bit hard to pin us to like other bands that are existing, definitely. I think, which like has worked in our favor and not in our favor as well, I think. But,
we can't really put you in a box, which is interesting for a band.
Sure. Yeah. I think it's a good thing, I think.
Do you remember what got you really into music, into rock and roll when you were a kid?
I think just simply the feeling that music left on me. When I was listening to music, I remember listening to music with my grandfather. He showed me Roy Orbison, and I was like,
nice.
Only the lonely. And I just remember being a young child and just having this visceral experience of music in that way, you know? Mm-hmm. He had like an iPod, the first iPod. He put it in his car, and I just sat in the car and I was like, what is this experience that I'm having, you know? So from that, and I'm a sensitive person like that, so music for me is always something that makes me feel things, and it's very feeling oriented, I think. So that's my relationship with music.
You're also very invested in your lyrics, and they tend to have what we call like a message. Yeah. Do you still believe that rock and roll is something, a channel that the youth can use to be directed in life or to have values and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. I think it's like feeling like the last hope sometimes, I think. Sometimes it's like, I'm always very much grateful when we play somewhere, and if there happens to be girls or young women coming up to Stella and going like, oh my God, you know, because for me it's like, you know, we have this message and we want to you know, convey that message through our music and with our actions. And I think sometimes it feels like you're screaming to the void when you're making music that's like political or that has a message. But for me, what I was saying before with my relationship with emotion, it's like I think I have, you know, anger and reservations towards the way that things are, and I think that in a way we all should have that, you know,
sure thing.
As opposed to being content with the way that things are. And so if people were able to resonate with that, then that's a good thing, and if there's a space for them to express and gather and come together with a similar message. And we're very lucky because we get to go all these different places and play with people and to people who maybe share this message of, you know, discontentment with the way that things are, and that is important to me.
And I think Binic is also a very good place to gather people. I mean, the live experience and you know, getting all those bands and those very different audience together had a feel that I think, you know, was not happening so much for the last I don't know, decade or something.
100%. I mean, this festival is unlike many others that I have played ever and that we've played ever, in that like that very message, and maybe for the programmers, their relationship with the music that comes here is based solely off, maybe not solely off the message, but maybe I want to say like the spirit of the music. And to have such a big festival that is solely based on the spirit of something is very, very uncommon. And so that's why I feel very lucky to be here, and I think it's an amazing place.
And we are happy to have you back, which makes it very, very great. Did you have are you still very influenced by new type of music, or do you listen to a lot of stuff when you're touring? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I think it changes But yeah, always listening to music in the van. Maybe it's changing over the years a little bit, I think, you know. It's like,
What would be the record that you would hide from your friends?
the record that I would hide from my friends. There'd definitely be a record that I would hide from my friends. But what is it? No, I can't think. To be honest with you, I'm always trying to convince them if I like a record that I know. I'm like, I know you're gonna hate this, but you have to try. And sometimes with Miles, our drummer, I'd take him years. I'll be like, man, you have to listen to this record. You're gonna hate it. You have to listen to it. But I can't think of examples. But he
Especially
comes
after
around.
listening to it for 9 hours in a bus.
Yeah,
Maybe that helps.
Yeah. But I also just listen to the same things as well. Yeah.
Your band of choices. What would they be if you had to go on an island with like 3 or 4 records?
At the moment, I had anything by the band Autolux.
Autolux?
You know Autolux?
Yes.
I only discovered them 2 or 3 years ago, and I think I listened to Future Perfect once a month at least, and I just listen to the whole record. And sometimes I'll go again. Another Australian band, another band that I'm into is an Australian band called Exec. I think they're the best band in Australia, Exec, and I just go through their whole discography and I listen all the time.
How do you understand the success of Australian bands in the last 5 or 6 years? It's been like increasing like this. It's kind of surreal.
It's very strange. It's strange for us as well. Where's Jimmy are playing? They just played their first show in Paris with us, and it was like, you know, nearly 200 people in Paris, and it was their first show in Europe.
Sweet.
You know, people were loving it, you know, and it's like, I remember how strange it is, and it is strange. I can't explain that. My only theory is that Australia is a beautiful place. It's very, we're very privileged. Some of us are very privileged there. Some of us aren't. But it's also really boring. It's also very, it's far away. We think that the world revolves around Australia, but it doesn't. There's nothing happening there. We're very complicit in all of the rules of the government. We're very compliant. I remember the first time I came to France, an event happened. They were burning cars in the street. There's uproar. Australians, I don't think we have uproar. I think it's very easy there, and it's beautiful, and we walk around. So I think there's a bit of that Washington DC kind of thing where it's like
people think that they don't have to worry so much.
They don't have to worry. So it's like, so if there's people that aren't worrying and they're just like getting on with everything, which is I think a bit of the Australian thing, just like get on with it, mate. Like, you know, just be okay with everything. And then there's going to always be like a small percentage that are like, no, I don't want to. I don't fucking, you know. So
right.
I think maybe that's something, you know,
it hits the rock and roll button very right.
Yeah,
and time and space.
You know, we're from Melbourne, so when we play in Melbourne, it's great. But playing outside of Melbourne in Australia is very difficult. We might play to more people in the middle of Belgium or the middle of France than we do to like Sydney. So I think it's just, you know, I think there's more people that are engaged with music maybe here in a way that's productive and maybe tied in with history, you know, I think.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We're gonna watch the band, have fun.
Good.
Sweet.
Hope so. Merci.
Peace out.
Thank you.